YouTube, what's good? It's your boy LaRon, female rapidly. I'm back with another video. Please come in and thumbs up this video, subscribe to the channel, hit the bell notification, hit all notifications so you have my videos in your possession each and every time that I go live or I do uploads. Shout out to my new subscribers. Shout out to my returning subscribers like always. You know what I'm saying? I hope all of y'all doing well. So the first thing first, I just want to have this really brief conversation, and I'm only going to shine a light on Megan Thee Stallion and Lotto because they're two mainstream, in quotation, mainstream female rappers. You know, I just been thinking like, yo, when it comes to these two women in hip hop, Megan Thee Stallion and Lotto, it's like you can't. To me, honestly, they're both beautiful, right? Beautiful girls. But let's be honest, on the business level, what are they doing substantially in regards to selling records? You know what I'm saying? Megan Thee Stallion, she just came out with that Hiss record and it slid down the charts and it's going to be off the charts by next week. What's next? What is next for you? You understand what I'm saying? I'm screaming, what's next? Lotto, she came out with the Sunday service. She hoped that this was gonna ride off of the coattails of the Ice Spice little beef or whatever. That's when she was seen spotted in the Bronx, shooting in the South Bronx, and she thought that this was gonna ride off and that she was gonna be able to capitalize fully. Now, Lotto has been unable to grasp with anything. Sunday service debuted at number 100 on the charts. It debuted at number 100 on the Billboard charts and it fell off the week thereafter. You understand what I'm saying? What was her last release? Put it on the floor, and then she had the Jungkook, which really doesn't count because I was speaking to the people, to the Jungkook fans in the comments, and they said they didn't even know who you was, like Carol's daughter. So that's that. Then she had the song with Cardi, and we all know that song didn't do anything prior to Cardi getting on it. So that was that. And then remember, she had the song Lottery. That was after she beefed with Nicki last year. And then she was running on planes trying to act like Nicki on private jets and acting all extra and everything. All for that song to come out and do what? Flop. Just to flop. So I'm just like, this is a serious question. This ain't to tear anybody down. This is music. This is a music channel. So we talking about music. So how is Lotto beneficial to a label if the goal is to be lucrative and the goal is to make money? How is Megan Thee Stallion and the thing about it is that I don't dislike Megan. I'm just trying to tell you that I do think that she deserves to be blessed and she deserves, to have a career where she sell off and, do to whatever the case may be. But with a lot of things that they forget is that these female rappers, they wanted to be popular so bad that they didn't do the work. They didn't do the work. And this is why no matter what the machine pulls on, the queen of rap, they can't take the fans away because she built that up organically. What Megan Thee Stallion did, let me tell you what she had before Hiss, and Hiss is going to be done by next week. It's going to be done. So Megan had that Cobra track, right? 2 weeks on the Billboard chart. It's going to be the same impact with Cardi B's Like freestyle. Cardi thought that she was going to come and was going to eat with this, and that people was going to eat it up, and that her presence was going to be missed. Like, nah, I'm gonna save that. Let me save that. But yo, the performance is about the same because Megan, I don't know what you're gonna do. I don't know if the next track is gonna be on some body. You're gonna need something crazy, especially since you're trying to promote that you're independent and that you doing this and you doing that. Baby, when that distribution starts to realize that it's not that lucrative, I mean, they're going to understand and they're going to see exactly why things are the way they are. So I just want to say that because it's like, how often are we going to keep saying, oh, she's beautiful, she's pretty, her fashion is dope, like, beautiful girl, this and that. It's like, that's going to get tiring after a while. And that's why I do believe what Joe Budden said in regards to female rap. I said this, I even said this years ago. I said female rap is gonna end up like it's gonna go through a drought again. I don't think it'll ever go through a drought fully because Nicki is here and she'll always have a position. She's a lucrative artist. She makes money, so her label will always push her. She'll always be able to do feature verses and appear on songs and stuff like that. So I don't think that Nicki is going anywhere anytime soon. But when it comes to these female rappers, it's like you're around for the aesthetic. You're around for the aesthetic, and I find it pathetic. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, what is your end goal? Was the end goal just to be a female rapper and prance around and have designer bags and just be somebody's get a sponsorship endorsement and just be a mule for these brands, like, or was it for you to like build yourself up? Like, I don't understand it. And like I always say, these girls be inspired by the Nicki Minaj story, but they don't be inspired by the work and the work ethic. So listen, that's all I really want to talk about when it came to when it came to Megan Thee Stallion and Lotto, I know that there has to be meetings behind the scenes. Like two and two ain't four. It ain't making four. And Megan, let me just say this. Megan, I want to say this before I end it. You're gonna need a collaboration. I know that you've been seeking out Doja Cat, right? You're gonna need that collaboration with Doja Cat to even make any noise. Unlike you need another collaboration. Solo dolo, you don't really do the numbers like that. And anyway, while speaking of Doja Cat, excuse me, I apologize. While speaking of Doja Cat, Doja is supposed to be coming out with her deluxe to the Scarlet. So that's supposed to be dropping soon. I seen something online yesterday. So it said Doja Cat is expected to release the deluxe version of Scarlet, aka Scarlet 2, Claude Frollo, on May 24th, 2024. Now I was just like, why would she be waiting until May? But then it made sense when I went over to Ticketmaster. So Doja will start her European tour or her overseas international tour starting June 11th. So I'm assuming that if she does come out with this deluxe project on May 24th, it just all makes sense. You know what I'm saying? May 24th and then coming over here June 11th. So she starts, so she'll have some new treats to perform on stage for her fans who, want to hear that. So Doja has what, 34 dates overseas. So she starts on June 11th in Glasgow, and then it looks like she stops. So she goes from June 11th to June 15th, and Lisboa, and yeah, it looks like this is just looks like she's just going to be on a European tour. So yeah, I thought that was crazy that she was holding on to the deluxe for that long because she said that she had been, completed it. She's probably shooting a video. She's probably going to try to come up with something that's going to come after the whole situation, the Agora Hills, because, Agora Hills is still on the Billboard and all of that. So that's what I imagine that they're going to be doing. So listen, the next thing I wanted to bring up, let me bring this up real quick. Cardi B. So Cardi B had this bogus, and who wrote this article? Carl Lemaire and Michael Sapinera, people who probably are not even from this community. So Billboard wrote this article yesterday under the R&B and hip hop. Does Cardi B really need to drop her sophomore album now? The cases for and against. So let's go. Let's scroll down. So fans have been bothering Cardi B to release the follow-up to her blockbuster 2018 debut, Invasion of Privacy, for a half a decade now. And the chatter has gotten even louder since the release of her new Like What freestyle last Friday, March 1st. But does Cardi really need a second album to solidify her current standing and overall legacy? And does she really need it now? Yeah. I hate when people are not from this culture and they just even ask. It's a silly question. Billboard R&B and hip hop writer Michael Saponara and deputy director Lamar present the opposing cases. See, this is why she's going to fail, because she's listening to people like this. So why Cardi needs to drop her new album now? The year 2018 was a long time ago. COVID-19 wasn't a thing yet. LeBron James left his Cleveland roots for Lakeland, and Cardi B dropped her blockbuster Invasion of Privacy album. It has been 2,160 days since Cardi's acclaimed first Invasion, to be precise. With the sixth anniversary of her debut album approaching next month, that counter shouldn't go too much higher, as it's time for Cardi B to finally deliver on her long anticipated sophomore album. It's been past that time. Listen, back in the day that I come from, she would have been done. So the Bronx Bombshell lit the fuse for 2024 on March 1st in the fiery Like What freestyle. The single went to earn her fifth Billboard Hot 100 number one hit with the wait. Like What freestyle, which serves as Cardi's first entirely solo since 2021's Up. Okay, so they're saying that this will be her first solo entry. See, what are you talking about? They talking about this, and it's like it ain't even, the charts ain't even come out yet. So Cardi tantalized fans once again, seeming about an album possibly being in the works at the end of the Offset directed video for her single. This is just the beginning. Stay tuned. Yeah. Offset shot the video because the budgets are really restricted right now. You know what happened with bongos? Just for anybody who didn't catch my prior videos, what happened with bongos is the reason why the budgets are restricted, and sponsors are holding back. So yeah. So she said things are going to be, stay tuned. The clip's closing left fans with a glimmer of hope. So even without the sophomore album, the rap superstar has maintained her star power and found a rhythm tending to Barty Gang over the past half decade by dropping off loose singles, which was WAP, Bongos, which flopped, and they ain't gonna speak on that. many of which have performed very well on the charts. Yeah, okay. When Cardi hasn't been catering to mother duties, going off on Chick-fil-A, or inking lucrative brand deals, she's also been hopping on to elevate artist waves with a handful of guest features like K Flock's menacing Shake It, Lotto's Put It on the Floor, and Glorilla's Tomorrow Too. So, and there's no doubt that Cardi B has set the bar high with invasion of privacy. She has set the bar high with of privacy, extremely high, and being compared to those standards is is a daunting proposition. Invasion of policy to number one on Billboard. So she had 226,000 album equivalent units upon its 2018 release. The project also produced a pair of Hot 100 toppers. We ain't going through all of that. We trying to talk. I want to get to the does she need the album? But some pundits have begun to theorize that invasion of privacy success has her shook about the potential follow-up, while deeming the girl rapper wave over. Oh, they writing this. So you writing this article based on Joe Budden? Yo, it's a lot of people who sick over what Joe Budden said, and I don't know why y'all sick. Y'all not even really hip hop, Sapanara. I could just imagine who you are. I can imagine. So Cardi B is afraid. The rapper turned podcaster declared, "I'm tired of just nobody saying it. Cardi B is scared to come out with her new album. It don't take this long to come out." Now I'm thinking that Atlantic Records paid them to do this. They recently found every year where she plugged that she was coming back, dating back to 2019. It's 6 different slides of you saying you were coming. Even this freestyle was previewed over a year ago. So that was a clip of somebody saying that. So Budden believes Cardi scared of the backlash and the reputation hit that she could take if the anticipated album does not live up to expectations. I think that she's afraid to put the project out because the wave of if you put a project out and it don't do what it's supposed to do, you're donezo. Hmm. He added the rates go down, prices go down as far as like, gigs and things like that. So Cardi has been writing off of one album for so long. So yeah, especially I know that Cardi, she might try to front and try to be walking through the Coach store and trying to make it seem like everything is all strutty, strutty, strutty. But trust me, that performance of bongos, it gets to her. You'll hear about it, and it's, I didn't like the performance of that song, just like she said about Press. So it's nearly impossible to build a decorated career legacy with just one official album. Even Notorious B.I.G. released 2 prolific bodies of work, the second of which arrived 16 days after he passed away, which some will point to Lauryn Hill's one and only strategy with the miseducation of Lauryn Hill, which she's still torn off of the strength over 25 years later. That's obviously more expectation than the rule. And even Hill had achieved blockbuster success as a part of the Fugees prior to going solo. Fact. More importantly, a half a decade layoff is hardly a death sentence for an album's artist momentum. There are plenty of R&B and hip hop examples of artists successfully going 5 years or more in between projects. Yeah, icons and truly talented artists. We're not going to read anything in between that. Meanwhile, the early returns to the Schoolboy Q's. They talk about Nicki Minaj. Why are you mentioning people who actually have talent in this? Like, move on. So Cardi has heard all the noise, and she's began promising Barty Gang a long-awaited album that will drop some point in 2024. During an Instagram story video over the weekend, she showed that off her dossier of tracks and the stash that the 31-year-old relayed that she's determined to brush off critics and those in her ear while sticking to her to her intuition when creating. I promise y'all, this year I'm not letting my anxiety, I'm not letting what haters say, I'm not letting what the fans say get in my way. I'm pretty sure you've seen that video. If I do a song, I'm just gonna drop it. She said she has over 100 songs, which she's been threatening the album release since she came out with Money and Please Me. So she should have over 100 songs. Many A-listers like Taylor Swift, Beyonce, and I'm sorry. A little mosquito got in. I got my window up. I need to close that. Nothing is like that fresh air coming in. So anyway, so how they even talking about Beyonce, Ariana Grande, and Taylor Swift? Let that go. She's not them. So she also arguably has fiercer competition than when she last dropped an album. Rap peers like Sexy Red, Lotto, Flo Milli, Coi Leray, Bia, Ice Spice have entered the rap race, making the lane stare by Cardi B and Nicki busier than prior years. While MeganTheeStallion came out with Gate Guns Blazing in January with Hiss topping the Hot 100, while Cardi B and Nicki Minaj are always going to be pitted against one another, Nicki will maintain the historical edge when it comes to a robust discography until the Bronx native delivers another album. So if Cardi wants to maintain her status atop of the rap food chain, she needs another album with her in her repertoire, which will not only fortify her current position in the game, but strengthen her argument when it comes to being taken seriously as an all-time great rapper. She's not a great rapper though. If those are the conversations she's looking to hold on her hold own wait, if those are the conversations looking to hold her own, and one day another album will cement her status in the rap lore. So it wasn't long ago that Cardi B was looked at as a new superstar on the block in hip hop, but dating back to her 2016 and 2017 Gangsta Bitch music mixtapes, she's pushing a decade in history with the lone album to show for it. And if folks like Button are going to keep proclaiming a premature end of the girl rapper wave, it may be more important now than ever for Cardi to stand up and let the industry know that the female rappers are owning up to the real estate in hip hop's mainstream, and it's not some novel trend dying out soon. Every single time people tear me down, it gives me more hunger to prove them wrong, she said in 2018. Where's the commentary about them? Why? And this is all right. So why Cardi doesn't need to drop her new album now? Cardi won at life even before 2018. She first won when she slammed her locker shut, retired from the club, and became a reality TV. Listen, I want to get to the then they talked about Bodak Yellow going number one. The blast was seismic at the time when Nicki Minaj had female rap in the Cobra Clutch. Nobody was close to topping her Pink Print the Moth. Once Bodak Yellow detonated, Cardi rocketed the moon and yada 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 yada. G Easy. I want to get. What are you saying? The reason there's no reason to think that she couldn't, but the real question is, does she need to? Let's get to it. If Cardi B retired today, she's already be a Hall of Famer. She has 5 Hot 100 number ones to go with 11 top 10s and 46 entries on the chart, all in a 7-year span. Following the release of Invasion, she landed 2 number ones with WAP in 2020 and Solo up in 2021. During the span, she also embarked on storied features run her 16s elevated careers. Um, oh my God. For Cardi, it's like, what is this about? Mike, as Mike mentioned, Lauren Hill is this is not relevant to her. While following the schedule of quarterly singles and appearing on features, Cardi will also do well. Finally, this is like an essay that's like, it's where are the poignant points? Unfortunately, this has allowed critics like Joe Budden. See, this is an article that's just to kind of counter what he said, what Joe Budden said. This is a whole bunch of fluff. So unfortunately, this has allowed critics like Joe Budden to have a field day with her after toning Cardi and Megan last year, deeming Bongos as an inferior sequel to WAP. He doubled down following her like what freestyle, calling her scared and not dropping the sophomore project yet. Does Cardi really need to endure this kind of pressure when she's already reached the mountaintop of music? Yeah, you say that coming from your community that you come from that's not relevant to mine. The only modern day artist on Cardi's commercial and critical level to release the acclaimed debut album and then surpass the first project the next time is arguably SZA. Stop bringing these other people up when it comes to Cardi. This is sickening. An 810 wouldn't get it done for Cardi at this point because of the massive expectations for that her debut album established. With the attention span of listeners nowadays, music appreciation is different from 2018. Cardi released the album the same year that Daytona, Victory Lap, and Astro World dropped. Those were all seminal albums, yet hers rose to the top. So my message to Cardi: take your flowers and be happy, while the noise from beneath you can be pretty defeating. Just remember that what you told your haters 7 years ago. Oh my God. It's like that was it, Billboard. So that was the story that Cardi B, this is what Cardi B posted. She said, "Thank you so much, Billboard." So my message to Cardi: take your flowers and be happy, while the noise from those beneath her can be pretty defeating. Just remember that what you told your haters 7 years ago, it still applies. And talking about Little B, you can't F with me if you wanted to, like referring to Bodak Yellow and all of that. Hold on a second. So you mean to tell me, let's be honest, this article was fluff. This article was to make her feel better. This article had a whole bunch of nothing. All it did was mention people it just mentioned other people. This was a complete waste of time. I'm thinking that this is going to be see, what it is that when you have an artist who doesn't really have any history like that, they got to write fluff. This was like the only opinion that they pretty much had out of all of that. Like, yo, that was a complete waste of time. Anyway, let's move on briefly. So Nicki posted something ain't never had, and JT said, you see it on the screen where she says she ain't never had. I never had that either. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nothing wrong with people. I know that people make mistakes in life, and sometimes people go through what they go through, but I never been in that situation either. If you see it on the screen, let me know in the comments if you ever been through something like that. Sometimes it's not our fault. Sometimes that situation teaches us that we need to watch the people who we deal with more closely. But I could definitely relate to you, JT. I've never been in a situation like that. And hopefully it continues on that way for me. I also wanted to tell y'all this. I think I spoke on this yesterday. But they said Cardi B solo comeback single Like What has exited US Spotify after charting only 2 days when peaking with a measly 500K streams. This blog also posted, Twitter stands mock Offset venue size, tears shed over diminutive performance space as he struggles to sell out small venues. You know what would have been smart, I think, for Offset? Offset and Cardi B should have went on tour. Cardi, don't you want your man to eat? And I mean, you're also scared to go out there and get on the road too. I think that you should have just went on tour with him. Why y'all just ain't go out there and get that bag? I think that would have been a great decision for you. Go out there and get that bag, and yeah, go out there and get that money together. I think it would have been a good decision for both of y'all. Then you'll be able to stalk him and be around him, and you make sure ain't no other chicks getting in his dough, acting like Beyonce and all of that. I think that would have been a really good look for you. So I thought that was crazy. Offset, I mean, they're supposed to be mega, right? It's like he can't even sell the venues out. That's a little crazy to me. But anyway, I just more so wanted to come and give y'all a video. Listen, this is your boy LeBron, female rapper league. Get in the comments. Let me know what you thought about anything I discussed about the Megan Thee Stallion, Latto, Doja Cat. Are you excited to hear any of her deluxe tracks? And it looks like Doja is going to be on tour. That's crazy. Doja went on the world tour before Cardi B and she don't even got that many number ones. But I think Doja is more talented. Any female rapper is more talented over Cardi if they write their lyrics. All of them. I don't even care if they don't spit metaphors, because the metaphor she spit is weak. Only why I come off after SSL, and it's like cheap stuff. It's like cheap metaphors, all coming from the perspective of a man, Cardi. Party, I mean. So also let me know what you thought about that article on Cardi B. Did you think that was fluff? I thought it was straight fluff. Straight fluff. Like, let's get back to the real. Like, you know what I'm saying? Also, the situation with JT, her responding to Nicki, that was a song. I think that was Favorite that Nicki was actually talking about. But let me know if you ever been in that predicament. I mean, don't expose yourself in the comments, because people want to see it. I don't know. I just know that I never been in it. But anyway, this is your boy LaRon, female rapper Lee. I hope all of y'all are having a great evening. I'm about to hit the gym. Be blessed. I'm gonna holler at y'all later. Subscribe. Make sure you hit me up on that Cash App, $Cookie Confidant 83. Peace.